Ho, ho, ho. Merry Grimness. With a special Grimness present for one of me. Oh, yes. My first time showing off some education and enlightenment procedures, despite the fact that I have no psychology skill. I do have death squad uniforms. We're going to have a good time, even if that means accidentally killing one of me in the process. If he dies, hopefully the trend will die with it. Just saying. Let's go ahead and wait a day. The education of 1F me day 1. He is a radio personality. It's going to make him pretty damn popular. The big concern with finding him and freeing him. It's also going to be a pretty big concern with, I highly doubt, I'm 95% confident we won't be turning him to the cause before he's discovered missing, considering how important he is, and considering how we have absolutely no ability to do psychology at all. But, you know, it's okay. Now, there's a lot of strategy you can employ in this situation. For example, if I violently beat 1F me here, he would begin to despise everyone associated with the beating process. So he would begin to hate everyone, because everyone's going to be involved in this education process. There's some good liberal, bad liberal action you can do with beating. You don't even have to beat people. If you're capable and competent enough, you can convince them, through the issues and shit. But me, I'm just going to go ahead and spin the house. And hallucinogenic drugs causes a whole other series of effects. There's actually different costumes you can wear, like bondage gear and, clown suits, which can influence people. Bart here is the best interrogator because he's the best one at handling discussions. 31 heart. He's good to go. The conservative is uncooperative. I tell you what. He's only got 1 heart, so violently beating him is not a bad thing. It's not like he's going to lose any heart anyway. So let's do this. The automaton is tied hands and feet to a metal chair in the middle of a back room. It is subjected to dangerous hallucinogens. 1F me's guards beat the automaton with a flag, shouting, "Family values! ExxonMobil! Tax cuts!" in its face. 1F me wonders about apples. Bart Beckers beats information out of the pathetic thing. A detailed map has been created of AM radio station. 1F me is badly hurt. Bart Beckers reads Origin of the Species to 1F me. 1F me comments on the shimmering clothing Bart Beckers is wearing. 1F me is too terrified to even speak to Bart Beckers. Bart Beckers understands 1F me's pain. Fantastic. Day 2. As you can see, his wisdom has gone down a bit, and his health has gone down significantly. Yeah. Also lightly wounded. We violently beat him once. That's good enough. Perhaps clobbered some sense into him. We're just going to take the rest of the time to just have a chat with him. We watch controversial avant-garde films with 1F me. He barks like a dog, but he holds firm. The CCS struck the ACLU branch office. It's okay. You can see that his health is continuing to decrease. That's because he's doing dangerous drugs. Try not to kill the folks you're trying to educate through drugs. But I'm using the drugs to try to have a breakthrough, if you will. Along the way, Bart Beckers is learning some psychology skills, so even if this guy is discovered missing, even if he's a failed project, it's valuable experience for future projects. We could go to class, or we could beat someone to death. You choose. I think we'll take drugs one more time. Bart Beckers plays violent video games with 1F me. He barks like a dog, but he holds firm again. Understandable. And stop the hallucinogenic drugs. Bart Beckers watches Michael Moore films with 1F me, but he holds firm. That's to be expected. We don't have any skill. That's fine. Again. Bart Beckers plays violent video games, but he holds firm. Again. Work in progress. It's fine. But he does like Bart Beckers now, which is great. Bart Beckers reads Origin of the Species, and 1F me quietly considers these ideas. As you can see, his heart now is 2. There are multiple ways to convert someone. You can get them to super like you. You can get their heart to be over their wisdom. Various things. We're just going to play along this way. And we're up. I didn't need to attempt to convert the first few days. Whatever, I did it anyway. Physical restraints, we're going to leave those on for the time being. Although removing them can help in the persuading process, we're going to leave them on for now. It'll be a reward later on. Maybe. It depends. If he's noticed to be missing relatively soon, because it kind of makes sense for him to be noticed missing relatively soon, some things will happen. We'll see. Also, we've made an overall profit this month. Good job, and it's a new year! Happy New Year, everyone! Congratulations! Seabass, how you doing? You're increasing your seduction. I'm not sure how. Anyone who knows about the game, you got any ideas? Is it because of the romantic interest, just natural build-up? You know, I don't know. One of me still likes Bartbackers. Bartbackers explores an elaborate political fantasy with one of me, but he holds firm. Radio host kidnapped. The disappearance of James Scardino is now considered a kidnapping, according to a police spokesperson. Natalie Nielsen, speaking on behalf of the police department, stated, "We now believe that James Scardino was taken 8 days ago by a person or persons." Now, this is where things change. If you manage to convert a conservative before he's discovered missing, you can easily install him as a sleeper, with no penalty. Once he's ruled to have been kidnapped, if you enlighten him, you can't install him as a sleeper, because he's thought to be kidnapped. So if you do enlighten him, he joins the active liberal crime squad. Now, if his heart, his wisdom are absolutely trashed, he'll be wanted for rehabilitation. And if he's captured, he'll be taken by conservatives and rehabilitated into a functional member of conservative society again. If his heart and wisdom are good enough, though, he can say, "Hey, I wasn't kidnapped. This was a life decision." And while he can't be made a sleeper, he's not wanted for rehabilitation, and he'll be treated as a normal liberal in all future matters. I'm not going to deal with any of that shit. Because he was discovered kidnapped, as I predicted he would be. I just wanted to beat up on one of me. I'm not going to kill him. I'm going to do what I would do in this situation. You know, it's a normal thing for me. And that's move somewhere else. Currently at Bolger manpower, I'm going to invest in this location. WC, B, T, G, F. We'll stockpile some rations. We'll say 300 daily rations. And for the record, we'll put 300 daily rations here too. Good. So, now we are going to move everything. We're moving everything except for the guy we have hostage. He's going to stay here. He's going to stay secret. He's going to stay safe. And no one will tend to him. Oh, so bye. Bye. This is our new safe house. We never disposed of bodies, did we? I guess I'll have Pariah dispose of... Matthew was one of my healers, too. Sad face. But I think Pariah should be the one who handles that. It makes me sad. Everyone else, make clothes. Bart will be in charge of the whole healing process. I hope. Good job, Bart. You can do it. Body has been disposed of. I can't select the dead anymore. And of course, review sleepers, hostages. He's still at manpower. He has conservative health. He's not being talked to anymore. And he's wanted for rehabilitation. Profile of an automaton. It's okay. And just hang out there and play Nintendo. That's what he'd want to do anyway. Go ahead and hang out there and play Nintendo while we're suffering over here. Suffer like G, Daddy. Make some expensive suits, and wait for Sean to recover from his wounds. I'm going to go ahead and slap some police body armor back on my dudes. Give them the bloodied stuff. And that'll be fine. Conservative Crime Squad struck the Natural Plan juice bar. Whatever. Hippin' and a hoppin' here through January. Nothing exciting. Also, by the way, tailoring. The more tailoring skill you have, the more items that you're allowed to make. The higher your tailoring skill, the better your chances of making that item. First rate. Now that I got that explanation out of the way. What's going on, guys? So our hostage hasn't managed to escape, and we also ran out of money and wasted an entire day there, pretty much. Now I feel silly. Because I wasn't paying attention. Not the first time I've never paid attention during this game. Probably won't be the last. Let's sell a bunch of shit now. So the semi-automatics. Gonna keep around the M16, of course. Because eventually we're going to find another liberal to replace that. So sad. Well, you know, it's kind of what happens whenever you don't have the dodge skill required. I did go into a risky situation there. And that did have consequences. And that's totally understandable. You know, I knew that could happen going into it, and it did. Death is a natural part of this game. I like to go through games without having any martyrs without having any liberals martyred. But it's hard. I've done it before. But I mean, when you shed a lot of blood, you gotta expect people to die. It's the way it goes. Conservative Crime Squad struck the University District. And we have money again. So, go back to making some expensive suits for me, please. Thank you. Also, you noticed everyone managed to pick up some psychology. Obviously, Bart was our lead interrogator, so he picked up the most. That'll definitely make him more effective in the future. He actually has more psychology than he does have dodge. Dodge! That's what Matt didn't do. Or Sean, by the way. Dodge! CCS struck the commercial center. Struck the Radish Garden vegan co-op. Gotta wait for Sean here to completely and fully and totally heal. And that was a someone escaped message. Yep. Finally, 1F me managed to escape. Took him long enough, didn't it? Well, good. Bart, just continuing to raise that seduction. That's good. Oh yeah, everyone's liberal health now. That's great. So I guess one final thing that we're gonna do here: have Bart play around with some clothes. We'll just say black robe here for now, and Pariah's gonna go ahead and check opinion polls. Now, because we've taken a bunch of time off, our issues and effects have started to slip. We need to do more, but we've made a significant impact upon the population, so it would take a long time for public interest to slip in these factors. We definitely needed to play around with the genetics area more. Need to play around in the courthouse more. CEO, we never visited CEO Castle yet, and MST for illegal immigrants. We gotta take care of that too. I can do that. Okay, everyone. Next time on Let's Get On With It, Liberal Crime Squad, I'm gonna stop doing this stuff. I'm gonna handle some issues, and maybe we recruit another guy or girl. Female mutants, I'm on the lookout for you. Ladies! One of my college friends would say, ladies! And he would make some stupid poses, even while sober. He's a good guy. Good guy. A little bit derogatory towards women, but then again, so many things are. Have you ever played Crusader Kings 2? Completely derogatory towards women. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Ladies.